These, then, are the questions that have obsessed scientists for years. And now, at last, they're beginning to find the answers. The first and most obvious mystery is who were the original islanders? Where had the statue makers come from?
I think that's the genuine mystery in Easter Island. It's a tiny, tiny island in the middle of the Pacific Ocean. If you look at the map, people could have come from either direction.
Easter Island is the most remote inhabited island in the world. The nearest land is thousands of kilometers away, South America to the east, and the scattered islands of Polynesia to the west. In the 1950s, the famous explorer Thor Heyerdahl came up with his theory that the Easter Islanders had come from South America, the nearest large landmass. His Kon-Tiki expedition showed how it was possible to sail a primitive raft across the Pacific from South America to Easter Island. But it was only a theory. Others thought the Easter Islanders had come from the opposite direction, from Polynesia. For years, there was no way of telling which theory was right. And then along came Erika Hagelberg. She's a geneticist, and it was genetics that held the key to the mystery.
Essentially, nobody had looked with modern genetic techniques. And the idea to be able to find out and to look directly at the genetic material of prehistoric people is a terribly exciting prospect.
Hagelberg set out to look for something called a genetic marker. People from different parts of the world have different genetic signatures that can help identify their origins. So she extracted DNA from the skeletons of early Easter Islanders, searching for the genetic marker that would finally identify who they were and where they'd come from. And at last, she found the answer. A genetic marker called the Polynesian motif. It's unique to Polynesians.
And that was an exhilarating finding. It was marvelous because it's unambiguous. It shows that these people had to have been descendants of Polynesians.
Finding the Polynesian motif proved that the Easter Islanders had come from Polynesia, not from South America. Hagelberg's discovery makes Easter Island the furthest outpost of the Polynesian people, perhaps the greatest seafarers the world has ever seen.
Over 350 islands were discovered, colonized, settled by Polynesian people. It was a massive amount of watery miles that traveled under their hulls as they went from island to island. This is a remarkable achievement. This is an achievement that stands alone, really, as to my knowledge, in the history of the world.
Carbon dating suggests the Polynesians reached Easter Island around 700 AD. But that was it. For the next 1,000 years, it seems that no more people came to Easter Island. They were on their own. Archaeologists have now built up a detailed picture of how this tiny settlement took off. They discovered the islanders were soon thriving. there were the ruins of hundreds of houses. Farming flourished, and so did fishing. The population may have reached more than 12,000, 3 times more than the island supports today. And their success showed itself in the one thing that Easter Island would become famous for. The carving of giant stone statues. These statues have puzzled everyone who's seen them for the last 300 years. How did a Stone Age people make them? How did they manage to move them across the island? And above all else, why were they carved? What did the statues mean?